What's up, YouTube? Welcome back for another week of college football. What is this? Week 10. We're at week 10 of college football. Only got a few more weeks left. Sad. Depression. Advil. Yeah. I'm joined by the one and only Rhett. Say what's up.
What's up, guys?
Tell him how it is. It is what it is.
That was really awkward. I took a sip of water and you said, tell it how it is. I'll tell you how it is. It's Halloween night. Florida State Seminoles, number 4 in the college football playoff rankings. It's 1 of 6. Who cares? We're making it all the way. Last thing, Tulane is ranked higher than the undefeated powerhouse Air Force Falcons as a one-loss American Conference team. So right now, they would be the Group of 5 team going to the New Year's Six Bowls, which is blasphemous.
Blasphemous. I thought you were going to say James Madison.
No, James Madison isn't even ranked because they're not eligible for bowl games because they just joined FBS.
They are ranked.
No. They're not ranked.
They are. They are.
Not in the college football, are they? The college football playoff rankings?
Yeah, they're 25. Or at least last week they were 25.
No, that's the AP poll. See, this is why you are a... what do you call it?
This is why you're the expert then.
Yeah, this is, what do you call it? Oh my God. MMA fans say it all the time when you're not into the sport. Casual.
Casual?
You're a casual fan because you would know James Madison is not ranked according to the College Football Playoff Committee. Idiot.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Freaking loser.
You learn something new every day.
You make an NBA playoff prediction video and you lose all credibility for college football, you dimwit. Jesus.
Oh. Peace.
Whatever. It's fine.
Alright. Gosh. What am I even doing? Why am I even posting these? Alright!
You should. Oh.
Moving on to last week.
Woo!
What? I don't even remember. How did I do last week?
Holy cow.
I think you killed it again.
No, you actually
Taking a look at our records.
You got one above me.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? I beat you this week. What's up, bro? What, I finished 7-3?
You beat me 5 out of 9 weeks so far, so.
Yeah.
You're doing
and you
all
were
right.
on you were on a 2-week win streak there.
2-week tear, as I would call it.
2-week tear. There you go. All right. So there's the results so far this season is gonna be in the corner. Taking a look last week. Georgia beat my Gators, but Ohio State were impressive against Wisconsin. Florida State survived Wake Forest. Not really survived, but dominated.
Survived. Whoa. Jesus, dude.
A lot of upsets last week. One of them including Kansas over Oklahoma. Big game. You kind of called it. I don't know if you committed to Kansas or not. Did you commit to Kansas last week?
I did not. No. I did not, no.
But you did say
I
it was
have
going to be a
problems.
close game.
I have problems with that.
Yeah, you got problems committing. Oh, all right. Kansas. Texas destroys BYU, the Mormon school. Utah.
Cougars.
Oregon looks legit. Bo Nix, you called it. Bo Nix for president, bro. Bo Nix is balling out.
Thank you.
We're starting that campaign
Thank
right
you.
now, led by Rhett. Led by Rhett.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll cut that out. I'll cut that out.
That was good.
All right. Penn State. Penn State won a close one against Indiana. Or Arizona. That was the one that won me last week. Arizona beat Oregon State. Huge. That's huge.
That did win you.
So
that did win you the week. Mm-hmm.
What was another one? Georgia Tech upset North Carolina. Big L there. Wow. Louisville dominated Duke. Louisville, that dark horse for the ACC, man. Here, I don't know. Is there any other games you want to mention, bring up, talk about?
North Carolina shitting the bed 2 weeks in a row, losing to Georgia Tech. I don't know about you, but Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets might be a dark horse for the ACC, beating Miami and North Carolina. Yeah, Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I think that's what they call them.
They're the Yellow Jackets. No, you're right.
Hell
you're
yeah.
right.
Tulane narrowly escaped. Yeah, true. That's what I'm saying. They only have 2 losses in the conference. So all they need to do is win and then hope Louisville loses one more conference game. And, I mean, they might... No, never mind. Louisville has the head-to-head because of week 1.
Yeah.
But,
so they're ahead by, 2-3 games?
Yeah, they're ahead by 2 games. But, no big deal. Tulane narrowly escaped JT Barrett and the Rice Owls.
JT Barrett? Or, yeah, it is. It's not JT Barrett.
Isn't it? What is it? Oh, no. JT Barrett's the Ohio State guy.
Yeah,
Jesus. What is
this was years ago, dude.
What's the quarterback's name?
JT Daniels.
JT Daniels. Whatever, dude. That's close enough. Come on.
You're my expert here.
JT Barrett was a beast, though. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
That's the only person I think of when I hear or when I see the first name JT is JT Barrett. Ohio State Buckeye legend. Jesus, he's 35. They're probably the same age, dude. But
jeez, he's only on his 14th.
James Madison barely escaped Old Dominion. Probably why they're not ranked in the College Football Committee's first rankings.
Old Dominion is a program, all right?
My brother Kyle is probably on suicide watch right now because UCF is absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
I think they're lucky the war on I-4 ain't happening this year because USF would kick that ass this year. That being said, I believe USF had a bye week. Help me out here. I think they did.
USF?
Yeah, go my Bulls. Go Bulls, baby.
Who the heck cares about USF?
Okay, and just another point. Boise State, I called it. They absolutely destroyed the Wyoming Cowboys by 4 TDs. Boise State officially in the race for the Mountain West Championship game, as I predicted last week. Give me some, man. Come on.
Call.
Thank you.
Good call.
Okay, we can move on to the pick'ems. Miami of Ohio did win over Ohio. They are now not winless against Ohio colleges.
First armpit win. Congratulations. First Ohio wins. Round of applause, guys. Good job. Keep it up.
Hawaii got shut out for, I think, the 3rd time this year. So give them also a round of applause.
Hawaii, what are you doing, man? Come on.
Shout out to the Rainbow Warriors. That's also what I call. Never mind.
Mega sus.
That's what. Never. I can't do them like that. We'll move on.
All right, moving on to this week's pick'ems. Let's finally get into this week's pick'ems.
I'm sorry. I got carried away.
No, that was good. First matchup, we got your Texas A&M Aggies. I know how much you love the Aggies. At Ole Miss Rebels. Ole Miss 7-1 overall, 4-1 in conference play. Texas A&M, I know that was bad. Texas A&M 5-3 overall, 3-2 in conference play. You look at the stats. Jackson Dart's having one heck of a season. He's killing it. 4 touchdowns, 4 picks. Beating good teams. They beat LSU. We're in a close one, somewhat with Alabama. Other than that, they didn't really play anyone of significance. They were in a close one with Arkansas, close with Auburn, and then just destroyed Vanderbilt. Arkansas. Yep. Their offense is on fire. Their defense, is solid. I'll say they're solid. Texas A&M, they're led by what's the quarterback? I know it's Johnson. What's his first name?
Max.
Max Johnson. He's playing pretty good. I think he's pretty good so far. For the position he got put in, he's stepping up. This team, I think they're pretty solid offensively. The defense is where their strength is at. They only average 96 rushing yards per game, whereas Ole Miss averages 187. So I think that's gonna be a key battle in this game. But I feel like Ole Miss's offense is gonna be too much for this Texas A&M defense. So give me Ole Miss here. I'm gonna ride the wave here with the Rebels.
The Fighting Rebels.
The Fighting Rebels.
A point of emphasis is that the game is being played in Oxford, but the game's at noon.
Oh.
And if we remember, I believe Ole Miss beat LSU at noon a couple weeks ago, whenever that was.
That might have been.
I think I'm right about that. Might have been 3:30. It's usually when these games happen, but it's a tough one, man. I love me some Aggies. You know that. I think the fans know that by now. I am a huge Aggies fan. Even though Jimbo Fisher left Florida State's team in the dumps when he left us, no big deal. College football math, Texas A&M lost to Bama by 6. Ole Miss lost by 14. Therefore, give me Ole Miss Rebels.
I forgot about college football math.
No, I'm going with Rebels.
It did be good last week.
It did. And the times I used it, I lost. But it's fine. You called it last week that was going to happen. And you are the college football mathematician.
Yes,
but I'm not going to rely on college football math here. I'm going to rely on logic. Jackson Dart's better than Max Johnson. Judkins is better than Moss. I think as of right now, Lane Kiffin is a better coach than Jimbo Fisher. Therefore, give me the Rebels to stay in the top 10 and continue their trek to hopefully beating Georgia in a couple weeks.
Ooh, yeah, that'll be a good matchup for sure. So
that's game day. Game day implications.
Yes, sir. Game day. So we're both on Ole Miss. Moving on, we got Notre Dame at Clemson. Notre Dame 7-2, Clemson's 4-4, and man, Clemson they straight nosedived after losing to Duke. They've been struggling ever since. They were in a close one with FSU, but couldn't get it done. They beat a pretty poor Syracuse team. Now that we realize Syracuse was overrated by the time they played them. Lost to Miami, lost to NC State. Yeah, it's not good. Look at Notre Dame. They have a tough schedule, man. Look at their last 5. Ohio State, Duke, Louisville, South California, and then you got Pitt. That's a tough 5. And they won 3 of the last 5, so I think that's impressive on Notre Dame's side. So, college football math. Clemson lost to NC State. Notre Dame beat NC State. Therefore, Notre Dame is winning this. I got Notre Dame.
That's incredible. I forgot about NC State because they played them week 2 in a monsoon. But Notre Dame did win that game.
Sam Hartman's a better quarterback, too.
The weather's going to be a bit cold. It gets cold in South Carolina, but a lot of Clemson players are from the South, meaning Florida. Memorial Stadium in Clemson, it's at noon. They usually show out at noon games, but I don't know, because of how bad they're playing this year, if the fans are going to come out for a noon game, because they're going to have to start their tailgate at 8 a.m., drink some Four Locos at 9 a.m. That seems a bit aggressive. I don't know if the fans are going to show up, but I do believe Clemson will show up. It's going to be closer than people think. Give me Notre Dame. Actually, I mean, the spread's -3, so they think it's going to be close. I think it'll be close, but I think Notre Dame will cover. Give me the Fighting Irish.
Yeah, and something to add to that, Sam Hartman, he's playing pretty well, pretty decent. It's his last season. Clemson, it's just things are not going their way. Klubnik's been struggling. And on the Notre Dame side, Estime, he's been balling. He's been balling since week one. I love Estime. Like what I see there. So, with all that, it's just all signs are putting Notre Dame's. They got the momentum. They got the bigger players. So I don't know. I don't see how Clemson can win this one.
Another stat for you, real quick, before we move on. Sam Hartman is winless against Clemson in his career.
Because he hasn't played them? Oh no, because of Wake Forest.
Yeah, he's from Wake Forest, and he's winless.
Yeah.
Came really close last year.
He's competed.
Last year was close. The other years haven't been close. But give me Sam Hartman to finally beat the Clemson Tigers in the Notre Dame uniforms.
All right. So far we're 2 for 2, both on Notre Dame this week as well. Moving on, we got Kansas State Wildcats. We got at Texas Longhorns. Kansas State 6-2, 4-1 conference play. Longhorns 7-1, 4-1 conference play. So I believe it's a 3-way tie for the top of this conference with Oklahoma there as well, 4-1. There might be another team, not too sure. But focusing on this game, Kansas State, they're starting to rebound. They've been predicted to be a good team. They lost 2 games. Most recent game coming from Oklahoma State, that was one of the worst performances from a quarterback I've ever seen. But since then, he's been rebounding. He's been balling out. They beat Texas Tech by 3 scores, absolutely destroyed TCU, and shut out Houston. So 3 good wins in my book. So I think this Kansas State team is dangerous right now. As for Texas, of course, they lost Oklahoma. They are on – they play good competition. Usually – college football match. They both play Houston. Kansas State shut them out and scored 41 on them.
Oh, Jesus.
Texas only beat them by 7. Ooh.
Quinn Ewers got knocked out.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers is not going to be playing this game either. He's going to be the backup. Do you know who the backup is by any chance?
Malik Murphy.
He balled out against BYU, so I have faith in this Texas team. Give me Texas. Give me the Longhorns. I like, even with the backup quarterback, their defense is pretty strong, pretty amazing. Will Howard has rebounded since that poor performance I saw. Man, I just can't get it out of my head, man. Jeez. But still, he came back, he's balling out. We'll see if he can keep the consistency against a tough Texas defense, because the 3 defense that he rebounded against isn't like not need to be not notable defenses, and Texas is one of those teams competing for a playoff spot, so they're gonna play them hard. So Texas is also at home, but watch out for the Wildcats, man. I got Texas here, but watch out for the Wildcats.
Hook him.
So, yeah,
hook him. I actually agree. I juggled with this matchup. I think the most out of all the ones here. No, that's a lie.
Yeah.
There's some good matchups this week. This is a tough one because Kansas State is red hot. You got Will Howard after his 4-turnover game at Oklahoma State, I think it was. Yeah, at Oklahoma State. Absolutely terrible game. If he didn't have that game, say scrap it off his record, he has 14 touchdowns and like 3 interceptions. That is incredible efficiency. He is one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Malik Murphy, his first start in college football history, didn't go amazingly to start the game. I think he threw a turnover. He had a fumble. The Texas defense kept him in that game against, it's slipping my mind, who'd they play last week? BYU. BYU isn't really that good. They have Keaton Slovis in the offense passing the ball, but, I mean, Texas handled them well. This is a completely different animal. You got Giddens, the running back. He is almost like a Jahmyr Gibbs in terms of a great running back that can also catch the ball and become an elite wide receiver. It's tough. I think what seals this game for me is that it's being called by Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt. They are huge Longhorn fans based on their broadcast. I think Malik Murphy will have a better game, but I honestly think the defense is going to be the decider in this game. Can the Wildcats Can the Wildcats stop Texas Longhorns 3 times? Can they stop them 3 times, meaning maybe an interception, and then crucial stops, meaning like a goal line stop where they go forward on 4th down, and then like whatever, a 3rd and long, terrible drive by Texas. If they can have 3 of those kinds of drives, they'll be in this game to the end. It's going to be up to Wildcats defense whether they can stop Texas. I don't think they can. Give me the Longhorns.
Yeah. Ultimately, I agree with you there where the ultimate decider is that Texas defense been playing tough, pretty good this year. So I agree with you. We're 3 for 3 so far. Agreed on all 3. Moving on, we have another good one. This week is filled with great matchups, man. I love all these games. We got Oklahoma at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma's 7-1 overall, 4-1 in conference play. Oklahoma State 6-2 overall, 4-1 in conference play. So here's the other team that's tied for first in conference is Oklahoma State. They're a sneaky team, man. Their one loss in the conference was Iowa State, and they've been playing pretty well recently. So other than that, they beat Kansas State, they beat Kansas, they beat West Virginia, they beat Cincinnati. Pretty good teams in my book. Now, looking at Oklahoma side, college football math. They lost to Kansas. Oklahoma State beat Kansas. Therefore, Oklahoma State should win this one. You would think. Right? Okay. But then I look at the defenses. Right?
Okay.
Oklahoma's defense has been more impressive to me, personally.
Okay.
They only allowed 370 offensive yards per game. Oklahoma State averages 400 offensive yards allowed per game. But, I was going to say they don't allow a lot of points, but that's a lie. They do allow a lot of points. So I think defense is going to make a difference here, and, Dylan Gabriel's going to bring that offense regardless. So I got to stick with Oklahoma. I know this is like a rival game. Oklahoma State's at home, so all signs are pointing for Oklahoma State. All things are like aligned for them to cause this upset. But I don't know if they can pull it off. I got Oklahoma here. And what is up with these Oklahoma fans, man? Why are I just caught the side of my eye. I see tickets as low as $330 for this game. What the hell are you smoking? Jesus.
Damn. It's pretty intense, man.
What is going on in Oklahoma?
Well, I'll tell you exactly what's going on. And it kind of is the Super Bowl for the state of Oklahoma because Oklahoma Sooners are going to the SEC next year. This is the last Bedlam game for a long time. They're not scheduled to play each other, I think, for 3 years in the future. And Bedlam's been going on for maybe 100 years straight. They've been in the same conference. They played every single year. It's always a heated rivalry. The deciding factor for me here, Oklahoma State's running game is phenomenal, but it's going to come down to whether Oklahoma Sooners can stop Gordon, the running back of the Cowboys. Gordon is the number 1 rusher in the country right now. I believe in the Sooners defense, but I also believe in this. Mike Gundy is not going to beat the Oklahoma Sooners in the last Bedlam game for a while. There's no shot. Oklahoma Sooners has ruled this rivalry for most of time. Are they going to lose the last official Bedlam game for a while? I don't see that happening. If they do, they're never going to hear the end of it by Oklahoma State Cowboys fans. This is a heated rivalry. I cannot wait to watch this game. I really want to go with Oklahoma State, but I have to go with the Sooners because I can't see them losing this game. It means so much in terms of the conference standings and
the rivalry,
internal recruiting, in-state recruiting, in-state bragging rights. It has to go to the Sooners, man. I can't pick against them, even though I want to.
Yeah. But that's the thing, man. It's like, if Oklahoma State had a shot, everything is lining up for them here. Got a good team. They're at home. That's the tricky part. But Oklahoma's got a great team this year, too. So, and this game means a lot as well. So, there's that as well.
I think they're also riding a huge wave of momentum, and it has to halt sooner or later. I mean, they got destroyed by South Alabama. That team is still out there somewhere. They're not playing like that team right now, but that team is still in them. And I think they go down early to the Sooners, they get smacked. Their confidence goes down, and Sooners will win this game.
All right. So there you have it. We're 4 for 4 so far. It's same side once again.
I know.
Moving on, we're agreeing a ton, man. Let's go. Moving on. If we're agreeing, we're probably cooking, man. This is all guarantees, by the way. We're cooking. All right. Moving on. We got James Madison at Georgia State Panthers. I think this is a great matchup. I know. The Granger. He's been letting me down recently, but these two good teams. It's gonna be a good matchup. James Madison 8-0, 5-0 in conference. Georgia State 6-2, 3-2 in conference. The difference here, they both got good offenses. The difference here is James Madison's defense. They play pretty good defense. And look at this. You know how many rush yards they allow per game? They only allow 48.9 rush yards allowed per game. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen something like that. That's good on them. Probably because they get the lead early in games, so then the other teams don't rush us more. But Georgia State, one of the strength is the rushing attack. And the strength of James Madison's defense is their ability to stop the run. So if they can stop Georgia State's rushing attack, I think they'll be able to limit Granger, whatever. But, right?
Jesus.
This team is, James Madison's been battle tested. College football math. They both play Georgia Southern. They both play Marshall. And, so James Madison beat Georgia Southern. Georgia State lost to Georgia Southern.
Okay.
James Madison beat Marshall by 11.
Okay.
But Georgia State beat them by what? What was that, 17? Doesn't matter. I got James Madison. They'll be 9-0. Win streak continues. Give me James Madison.
God. Your picks are so chaotic. It's unbelievable.
It's great.
And you said Granger's been letting you down recently. They were featured in the pick'ems during the Louisiana Lafayette and Marshall games. I picked Georgia State both those times. Granger has been great for me. Do I think they're gonna beat James Madison? No, I don't. I think James Madison is legit. They've been legit for a while. I've been saying this I think every video they're featured. They ruled the FCS for a decade. They make the switch to FBS and pick up right where they left off. Their recruiting is phenomenal for being a low-grade FBS team, and it shows in their performances. Their closest matchup was against South Alabama, and they're really good. I like South Alabama. They should be better than what they are, honestly. I'm going to stay on that bandwagon. The Jaguars had let me down a tad this year, but I do believe they're a good team. If they make it to a bowl game, they will show it. But James Madison's got to get this win. I think they're just playing spoiler right now because second place in this division is going to the Sun Belt Championship since they're ineligible, which would be Georgia Southern if they beat Georgia State. I think they probably let that happen. Give me James Madison to beat Georgia State Panthers.
Playoffs.
Toga.
There we go. 5 for 5 so far. Same side. We're cooking. Let's keep it going. Locked in, man. We're locked in, bro. All right. Moving on. Kansas at Iowa State.
Cooking with Advil, baby.
Heck yeah. We don't cook with Advil. You don't advocate for that. Okay. That message out of the way. Kansas, 62 overall, 3-2 conference play. Iowa State, 5-3, 4-1 conference play. They're also on tied for first in their conference. So, What do we
Oh,
have
God.
here? We have a Kansas team that beat a strong Oklahoma team, but lost to an Oklahoma State team. They beat UCF, but lost to a Texas team.
Jesus.
And they beat BYU. Iowa State lost to Oklahoma pretty bad by 30 points. Ever since, they've been on a tear. But against who, you may ask? TCU, Cincinnati, Baylor. Three weak teams.
Yep.
I don't know, man. They've been impressive, but
Preach.
again, strength of competition. So,
Preach it.
with all that said, their defense isn't what they used to be. You know, they usually were known for a strong defense. Not this year. Offense, yeah, it's scoring points, yeah, but I don't think it will compare to this Kansas offense. Kansas defense has been allowing a lot of. They average 401 offensive yards per game, and they've been allowing a lot of points. The last 5 games, they allowed 27, 40, 22, 39, 33. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But give me Kansas' offense to get the best of Iowa State here. So, I got Kansas.
Jalen Daniels is becoming the Cam Rising of my argument. Where the fuck is Jalen Daniels? What is happening?
We all got a guy, man. We all got a guy.
He's been week for week for 8 weeks now. What is happening?
Yeah.
He missed the opener of the season with back spasms, and then he missed 3 straight games with back spasms. He's listed as questionable for this game. I don't see him playing. Jason Bean has surpassed him in passing and rushing yards. He's the starting quarterback of the Kansas Jayhawks. That's how we have to analyze this team. It's sad. I don't know what's going on with Jalen Daniels, but him and Cam Rising should be best friends because right now they are on the same wavelength. That being
He's
said,
stepping up, though.
yeah, he has. I mean, did you see that run he had against Oklahoma? It was like a 45-yard rushing touchdown. He just sprinted past everyone. Looked like me back in my heyday.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Looked like me on the Pop Warner field.
Back to Pop Warner. All
But
right.
I do have to push back. You said Iowa State's defense has been lacking this year. I want to disagree. The last 3 weeks, at least, they've been phenomenal. Holding each team below 20 points. Oklahoma's offense is phenomenal. We know this. Oklahoma State, I think their offense can be great. I just think Iowa State was getting into their groove. And they lost to Iowa in like a 15-10 matchup. I don't see that happening this week. I'll tell you exactly how this game is going to go. You ready? And write this down. Write this down because this is going to be a point in history for us. Kansas is going to get stopped 3 times. The first 3 drives, they're going to get stopped. Iowa State's going to drive down, score, drive down, field goal, drive down, field goal. They're going to be up by 13 points midway through the second quarter, and Kansas Jayhawks are going to storm back, score 3 tuds in a row, hold Iowa State to only 19 points total. I don't know what they're going to score offensively. Let's say 38. It's going to be 38-19, Kansas Jayhawks.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to push back on that defense point because if you allow Iowa to score 20 points on you, Iowa, they average, 5 points a game, and they score 20 points on you?
Damn it.
Come on now.
You got me.
And also, I forgot to mention, college football math.
Oh, Jesus.
Kansas beat Oklahoma. Iowa State lost to Oklahoma. Sorry.
So autistic.
I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
All right, mate.
So, wait, who did you take? You had Iowa State?
No, I have Kansas winning 38-19 if you had listened to me for once. Jesus.
Well, like the way you were talking, it sounded like you're picking Iowa State. Oh, they're gonna get stopped the first 3 drives, and Iowa State's gonna score.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know. Yes, exactly.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
I told you I was listening.
I appreciate it.
So we're 6 for 6 so far.
I know.
All agreeing, man. We're cooking. I'm telling you, man. This is the week. 10-0, both of us. Now, next, we got Washington at USC. So, big time matchup here. But
Okay.
wait, okay. Before I say the but part, two Heisman contending quarterbacks here, right? Two great quarterback prospects for the NFL. These are Caleb Woods is probably the number one quarterback prospect. Michael Penix is top 3, potential 2, but top 3 at least. So, battle of great offenses here. Washington averages 501 offensive yards per game. USC averages 482, not rushing, I mean offensive yards. Offensive yards per game. So, with all that said, it's Pac-12. You got two good offenses. And then you look at the defenses. Washington allows 400 offensive yards allowed per game. USC allows 420.
Blazer.
Dude, this USC defense sucks. Man, I swear. They can't stop nothing. Like,
what's their mascot?
They survived California. Oh, they're the Trojans. Protect yourself at all times. Something this defense is not doing. They're not protecting their end zone. What is going on here? California scored 49 points on you. You barely survived California. They beat the bad teams, but lose to the good teams. They lost to Notre Dame. They lost to Utah. They beat Colorado. But look at Colorado, man.
Okay.
This Colorado team is like, they got robbed at halftime versus UCLA.
Oh, stop
and
it.
No, they literally got robbed.
Oh,
Did you hear about that?
Jesus. What is wrong with you? I did hear about it.
They got robbed.
Maybe
and
you
then
shouldn't. Maybe
Arizona
you shouldn't bring
outshot
Yeah, don't bring $100,000 worth of jewelry to a college campus. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know.
But look, this USC team does not have a signature win on their resume, whereas Washington, they beat a really good Oregon team, and Oregon is just getting better and better, it seems like. So, give me Washington. They're on the road here, so it might be a little bit more competitive than we thought, but I'm gonna stay with Washington here. I don't see this USC Trojans team protect yourself at all time, being able to stop Big Penix energy here.
Big Penix energy.
Yes, sir.
You know who doesn't have Big Penix energy?
Who?
The USC Trojans protect yourself at all time.
Protect yourself at all times.
They're using the light blue Trojans, notoriously the thin ones.
Oh.
They're using those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, someone poked a hole in it because that defense is leaking.
The toxic girlfriends of the players are poking holes in the metaphorical condoms of the USC Trojans. Protect yourself at all times.
Protect yourself at all times.
Caleb Williams is not protecting his draft stock right now either. He has been tanking. He has been tanking because he does not want to play for either the Bears or Cardinals. I think he's hoping, he's praying somehow to the NFL gods, the script writers, that the Giants somehow squirm their way into the first pick of this draft. Caleb Williams is hoping for that right now. And Dan would be taking a bath with a toaster if the Giants get the number 1 pick in the draft, because that would mean they do not win a single game for the rest of the season. And let me tell you right now, Dan's house is loaded with toasters. Don't let the Giants get the first pick, because I do like my friend Dan. That being said, I am going to go with the USC Trojans. They are going to... I'm just kidding. I can't go with the Trojans. I have the Huskies in my college football playoff. This is a no-brainer. Give me the Washington Huskies by 1,000,000.
Yes, sir, by 1,000,000. Love the score there.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, with ingredients, 7 for 7. We're cooking. So far, we're 7-0. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. We have another big-time SEC matchup here. LSU Tigers, 6-2, 4-1 conference play at Alabama. 7-1 overall, 5-0 conference play. Roll Tide. Yes, sir. Now, this Alabama team took an early loss to Texas, which is unfortunate, but since then, they've been leaning on what they're known for, the run game, the defense, right? Been winning big games ever since. So, what would they be? They beat Tennessee, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, 3 great teams. LSU, they lost 2 games, but they lost to 2 top 10 teams. They lost to FSU and Ole Miss. And the defense is not the greatest right now, not what they're known for. They're almost allowing 400 yards per game, which is not up to LSU standards. Alabama is only allowing about 300 or so. But this LSU offense is high powered. They average 550, which is insane offensive yards per game. Whereas the Alabama, they lean on their rushing attack more than their passing attack. And it's been working for them so far. Defense has been there for them. LSU probably relies heavily on the rushing attack as well. But Alabama is able to limit that. And by my calculations of college football math, they both played Arkansas. And they both won by 3. Arkansas. They both won by 3.
Therefore,
this is going to be a tie. I got a tie here.
All right. You heard it here first, folks.
Nope. Just kidding. This game is going to go to overtime.
Whoa.
It's going to go to overtime. But, ultimately, I got Bama. Bama winning at home. They're at home. They got a good record at home. And this LSU team can be dangerous, but, I don't think I can rely on that defense. Even though they did shut out Army. But it's Army, So, take that as you will. So, give me Bama at home here. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, baby. I hate that you failed to mention the USF Bulls almost beating Crimson Tide earlier this year. I don't know why you failed to mention that. That's a huge talking point of this matchup. I think LSU Tigers would beat USF by a significant amount of points, but Bama only beat them by what? A touchdown? It was embarrassing. Embarrassing. Now, what's not embarrassing is Jalen Milroe. I think he's a good quarterback. The amount of disrespect he's been getting from Alabama fans this year, I would not be surprised if he transfers out in the offseason. He has been berated for some reason. Right. Nick Saban has his back, except when they played USF Bulls. But Jalen Milroe is a good quarterback. He makes dumb errors here and there, but this game being at home, at night, on CBS, I don't know Bama's record on CBS at 7:45. That's interesting. But I do know that LSU Tigers are not going to go into Tuscaloosa and beat Bama. This is not the same LSU team from 2019 when they did that. They're not even close. I like LSU. I want them to win because that strengthens FSU's resume. I don't see LSU beating Bama on Saturday. All
right. Moving on. We agree once again. 8 for 8.
Yeah,
we cooking, Doc.
Cooking with oil.
Hey. Cooking with oil. Let's go. 8-0 so far. Moving on.
It's like Ice Spice.
You got Miami of Hurricanes.
That was a slow
6-2 overall. 6-2 overall. 2-2 conference play. Then versus at NC State. 5-3 overall. 2-2 conference play.
Jesus.
So.
Okay. This should be
quick. Miami team is good. You got their offense is pretty solid. They're averaging a lot of yards. Where NC State's offense has been struggling to start the season, but is picking it up as the season continued. They were able to beat Clemson last week. So was Miami 2 weeks ago. Now looking at the defenses, Miami has a strong rushing defense. So does NC State. But, again, I got to rely on my college football math here. Miami beat Clemson by 8.
Okay.
NC State only beat Clemson by 7.
Okay.
Give me Miami. What's his name? Tyler Van Dyne. He's going to be throwing some dimes.
Big Dyke energy. Big Dyke energy.
I like Miami here on the road. Give me Miami.
Hey, give me the U, baby. This is a fairly easy pick for me. NC State has no running game. Brennan Armstrong, formerly of the Virginia Cavaliers, who also are doing horrible this year. But they're coming off the heels of a tragedy late last year. I don't blame Virginia for having a little bit of a rough season. Brennan Armstrong should not be a rushing leader on your team ever. I don't care if it's a team full of people in a wheelchair or people with cerebral palsy. He should not be the leading rusher on your team. There is no shot. I don't care. That's embarrassing to the state of North Carolina. Therefore, give me the U. And I hope they have a section. I hope they have a section of students with cerebral palsy. That'd be pretty sick. To taunt Brennan Armstrong.
Jeez, bro. What a breakdown. Again.
Thank you.
What can I say? We agree. We
Thank
agree.
you.
His opinions do not represent my opinions in this program. We're 9-0 so far. We're cooking. Let's move on before we get rioted. So, last game on the slate. We got UCLA at Arizona. UCLA 6-2, 3-2 in the conference. Arizona 5-3 overall, 3-2 in the conference.
Yeah.
Looking at the matchup here, Arizona's catching fire. They beat Oregon State, good win. Blew out Washington State. Competed with USC. Competed with Washington as well. So this Arizona team is pretty good. This is true from rags to riches. You know, last year pretty bad. This year they're looking pretty solid. UCLA, they won. I would say the game was closer than the score says. They won a close one against Colorado, somewhat. You can kind of say Colorado got distracted because their things got stolen. But, you know, it is what it is. You got to look at here. I think one team is heating up while the other one is kind of staying stagnant, I would say. They started the season out hot, and then cool down a little bit, and then they're trying to heat up again. But I'm going to take the team that's already heating up. I got Arizona here, and if you use my MMA logic, or not MMA logic, my college football logic, you got UCLA lost to Oregon State, and Arizona beat Oregon State.
Whoa.
It only makes sense. Give me Arizona here at home.
Okay. Good news or bad news? What do you want first?
Give me the bad news.
Bad news is I have the UCLA Bruins, so we did
No!
not go 10 for 10.
No, dude.
You want to hear the good news now?
What's the good news?
Good news is Arizona Wildcats are probably going to win this game.
Yes! 10 for 10.
That being said, Dante Moore struggled big time against the Colorado Buffaloes, which is embarrassing because of how bad their defense is. He actually got subbed out. Now, they claim it was because of an injury, and he did limp off the field, but I'm pretty sure he's active for this week. I haven't seen anything yet. It is Tuesday. Happy Halloween, guys.
Happy Halloween.
But I haven't seen
Spooky
anything
season.
that he's injured. Spooky season indeed. I did dress up as a greaser this past weekend.
Oh.
It was pretty good. What'd you dress up as?
Greek freak. The Greek freak.
Oh, that's
Be honest.
interesting given you're 5'6". That's interesting.
Whoa! I'm 6'5", dude.
That's interesting that you're appropriating Greek culture as well.
Greek freak.
I dressed up as a fellow white man, okay? You can't cancel me.
Sure you can't. You're uncancelable, dude. Can't be stopped. Who gonna stop me?
Give me... Oh, first of all, Arizona is a notorious party school alongside their...
So is UCLA.
No, not as much. They're nerds at UCLA.
They do the
Arizona-
underwear run thing.
Is it with girls?
Yeah, they do it like every year, dude.
That's cool. They should televise that one of these days.
That's why.
That being said, give me the UCLA Bruins. I want to move on before I get myself canceled.
All right. So those are the 10 games for the ESPN Pick'ems. I'm gonna stop it here because my camera's dying. So
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it as that. So thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down below where you agree and disagree. Make sure to like the video. Follow our new Instagram. Dan's posting some awesome content there.
Shout out to
And
Dan.
watch me go 10 for 10 while Red goes 9 for 10. We were cooking the lab. We were locked in. We did it. We were doing the math. The math were mathing. College football math was mathing, dude. What can I say? We were cooking last week. We're going to keep cooking this week. Call me Gordon Ramsay. So,
Oh, wow.
all right, Red. You got anything left to say?
The last thing I would like to say is if you agree with my analysis with Brennan Armstrong and the cerebral palsy, please comment down below. I think that was a very solid comparison and analysis. Dan has been killing it on the Instagram, as I say it, because I'm old. Dan has been really racking up the numbers. He's been crushing the algorithm. He needs to show his ass one of these days, though. That's it.
What?
Thanks again. Thanks again, Matt, for all that you do and helping my will to live.
You're welcome, man. Anything to help from you becoming cerebral palsy.
I'm going to wake up with it.
So thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you next week. Peace.